All right, what's up, Bulldogs? All right, I know you guys have been waiting for this one. I'm excited to. I have Alpha Male Strategies AMS here, and we're gonna have a blast here. This is one that I've been wanting to talk to AMS for a while. I've been watching his videos. Man, this guy is phenomenal. He just gives phenomenal advice to you guys. You know, there's two things I'm gonna say that I love about AMS. The first one is this. It looks like he's getting ready to eat a good meal every time he makes a video. And the second thing is that he just tells it like it is. He gives no bullshit advice. I mean, you know, he tells you what you need to hear, and I appreciate that, you know, being a straight shooter. So welcome, AMS. Yeah, thanks for coming on. So yeah, I thought it was you know, just interesting. We were just having a conversation now about talking about money and kind of moving around. But you've I mean, one thing that like I picked up from watching a lot of your videos is you've had like a pretty big transformation in your life, right? From everything from being overweight to being broke to making money. I think that's a good place to start, is because I think a lot of guys, like, they watch us, like, oh, these guys are successful. They don't know what it's like to, like, you know what I mean? And both of us have been fat and broke, and right. You know, so yeah, talk a little about your story.
Well, see, my thing was all my life, and this is going to be always. Let's talk about the fat part first. The overweight thing that's going to be a battle with me all my life, because I love food, and so that's always going to be an issue with me. And it actually worked for me when I moved to New York, because I was able to get a job during the economic downturn just from being big as a bouncer.
Okay, and yeah.
I'm glad I was 300 pounds, because it got me a job easy. And the guy, I was actually trying to get a trade, and I'll go into the to register. I wanted to get my AC refrigeration license. And the guy who's registering me says, "Man, you're a pretty big dude. I got a cousin that does security work." And me not having a job, I just moved to New York. I was like, call him. I'm thinking the guy's full of crap. He calls him right then. The guy says, "I want to tell him to come see me right now. I'm in Harlem." I still remember it's on 116th and Lenox.
Yeah.
He wanted to see if I really was big, because he only wanted to hire big guys. He didn't want, he didn't want to. He wanted to see me first. As soon as he saw me, he's like, "Oh yeah, you working Friday." Right there, just like that. I had a job just like that.
Yeah.
And I'm working that job with him for 2 weeks. And one of the guys that's working with him says, "Hey, I got a brother in the city that does security, man. I think he'll like you. And he does 5-6 nights a week." And that was better than this, because I'm doing this 2 days a week, and he's talking about 5-6 days a week. And so he called his brother right then and said, "Hey man, I think you want to see this dude." I was fat, but I was big. I was like into that powerlifting, but I was still fat.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, it worked for me. But as far as my health and attracting women, it was a noticeable downgrade, and it was obviously harder to attract women. It just worked for me in that one instance where it actually worked for me, actually helped me. But in every other aspect of my life, it was horrible. Okay. And so as far as the becoming successful thing, that's just an issue of, you just have to be tired of the situation you in. And, you know, I'm at the club, and the club I was working at was probably the most high-end club in New York City. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching all these rich people come in, young people, old people. And I'm saying, what makes them better than me? Like, why am I making 30 grand a year and they probably make 30 grand a day or a week or whatever, right? And I'm thinking, like, what makes him, I'm as smart as he is. Well, the difference is we made different decisions in our life.
Exactly, yep.
And he made better choices with his life. He had a better delayed gratification than I did. Everything in my life was week to week, no longevity thought process. Everything I was concerned with was going to be what was best for me this week. And those people, they thinking about what's going to be best for me 10 years from now. And see, that's the issue. And for all you guys on here that, you know, think you're a victim, whether it's your gender, race, how tall you are, short, the key to life is choices. And I can tell you right now, the best choices are when you think long term. A lot of you guys right now, you might make some money, and I tell guys this all the time, and I say, invest in index funds. Are you going to be Bill Gates next week, 2 weeks, a year, 5 years? No. But that's the issue. See, that's the thing with people who invest. That's what Warren Buffett, that's what he does in invest. He's thinking 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And what I've learned is the farther you're able to see in the future, the longer you're able to have delayed gratification, the more success you will have. If you're somebody who's just concerned with what's going to be good for me this week, you will always struggle. You know, I went to school, I went to college, stayed a semester, and I'm just thinking like, I got to do this for 4 years. No long-term thinking. A lot of you guys who went to school and left out, you just thinking like, I got to do this for 4 years before it pay a benefit. And see, this is the issue. Because you thinking like, well, if I go get a job right now, opposed to investing this time in school, I'm going to be making money right now, because you don't have no long-term thinking process. And the guys that go to school thinking like, okay, yeah, you might make more money than me now or for the next 4 years, but 5 years from now, I'm going to be your supervisor or I'm going to be your boss. And see, the short-term thinker, they just don't think like that. You have to be successful in this world, you have to be a long-term thinker. Y'all guys must understand, I didn't make $1 off of this dating coach stuff for like the first 6 or 7 months until I started a Patreon. My channel was not monetized. YouTube was going to the adpocalypse. So I literally was not making nothing other than the consultations that I was getting a couple times a week. But other than that, I said, you know what? I had done developed that delayed gratification in that long-term process. And if any of you guys watch some of my videos, I specifically talk about that I'm not concerned with making money right now. I know it'll get there. And if any of you guys know John, I guarantee you, John could tell you all those streams of revenue that he set up to make that 75K a month wasn't there in a week or a month. It took years of work to get it to that point. But he had the long-term thinking to know that it would get there to that point. So that's the thing what you guys got. Y'all guys gotta develop some kind of delayed gratification and become some long-term thinkers. That's the thing. Nobody wants to build anything. You know, you go on YouTube right now, how many channels you gonna see? They was making videos for 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and they quit. They gave up because no long-term thinking. They didn't get 10,000 views of video like they thought they was. So what they do, they instead of improving and figuring out ways they can improve, they just gave up. No long-term thinking. Sometimes things take time to take fold.
Yeah. People can't handle the grind. Like life is a grind. Like it's one thing you gotta learn to love the grind. And it's like I was just on a conference call with a Facebook ad agency that I hired, and they asked me the question is like, well, what does your budget need to be? Like, how much money do you need to earn on every like conversion or whatever, you know, because I'm going to start doing some Facebook ads for the Bulldog Mindset membership. And I told him, I said, you know, the way I look at it is what will make me the most money in the future? I don't care about right now. Right. It's like what I try to do every day is I try to make a package. I put some good shit in the package. I seal up the package. I address it to myself 5 years from now. And then I ship every day. I want to ship packages to the future. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's the thing is like, that's you're right on track with that. Cause that's the difference between the people that make a lot of money and are successful and the ones that are not. It's even the same in, you know, in fitness, dating, right? All those things. Like you got to be able to have that delayed gratification for sure. Yeah.
You got to develop the investor's mindset. You got to be one of these people. Either you're going to invest your time or you're going to invest your money or both. Either one, whether you're going to set up a program like you have or write books like I have, whatever the case may be, the key to success is investing. So you get 30 grand, you get 40 grand. What are you going to do with that? You're going to go buy a car? Fine. Go buy a car, have fun. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to then turn around and complain to me that, you know, you was dealt a bad hand. You know, this is what life is about. You could have took that 30 grand, 40 grand, and when it started your own business or invested into some index funds or put down on a rental property or anything. You made a decision to do what you want to do. And I'm talking to myself 20 years ago. When I'm talking to this, I'm really not talking to you guys. I'm really talking to AMS 15 years ago, because this was me. I get an income tax and I go buy dumb crap with it. And then I turn around and it's time to blame the man. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Now it's time. It's not me, John. It wasn't me buying dumb stuff. It wasn't me chasing women all the time. It wasn't me buying a bunch of stuff that I didn't need. It was the man. And that's the issue with most guys. Stop focusing and worrying about what this guy doing, what that guy doing. You get money, invest it. I don't care if it's $200 a week. Find some way that you can make it $400 a week. You got to develop that entrepreneur mindset. Like, look, you see the little kids, some people start selling candy early or a lemonade stand. They take money, think, how can I flip it? And then you got the consumer mindset and you got the businessman mindset. You got the consumer who thinks, I'm gonna work a 9 to 5 and then I'm gonna go be a consumer. Then you got the business people who think like, okay, I got $300. How can I flip it to $600 legally? And this is the path that we go. If you want to be successful, you're gonna have to develop that investor's mindset and lose that consumer's mindset.
Yep, that's it. I remember like it switched over for me when there was a period of my life where for most, like early on in my life, I used to think about like monthly payments, right? So I remember getting a raise from my job and it was like $500 a month. And I thought, oh, I can afford $500 a month more of a car or house or rent or whatever it was. And that was the wrong way of thinking, right? Because it was like, okay, now I can afford this more. And then when I switch over my thinking to net worth, and I was like, okay, $500 a month means that I'm going to get, you know, an extra $6,000 a year that I'm going to be able to add to my net worth.
Thank you.
That's when everything changed, because I stopped thinking those monthly terms, because everyone's like, you know, oh, the payments. It's like, no, I don't care what the payments are. I want to know what the interest rate is and what the total cost is going to be. And when you start thinking that way, that's when things change.
And also the thing with me is, John, it's not about never having anything nice. You just have a little delayed gratification until your money is working for you. And then you letting your investments buy your luxuries. All right. It's not about it's not about being one of these guys who has $1 billion walking around in $10 jeans and a $2 t-shirt, living in a mobile home. I'm not trying to turn you into that guy. I like nice things. The point is, what I say is delayed gratification to where you get that 500 working for you. That way, 5, 6, 7 years down the road, now whatever little crap you want to buy, whatever, your money is working for you because you delayed it. You invested it for so long that now you don't need active income to enjoy your money. You're able to use your investments. All right. So right now, my books alone gonna make me over 6 figures a year. It took me time and sacrifice for me to write those books. They didn't just fall from the sky. I took time out my day and say, you know what? I'm gonna give up dates. All right. Like I tell you guys, you can give up your time, your money, or both. I gave up time to write them books. And so I gave up dealing with so many women to write those books. And now the books I'm able to live comfortable just off the books. If you took nothing else away, I could live comfortable off of the books. But that took an investment of my time to get it to that point to where if I wanted to go get a nice car, I can do it and live off of the investment of my time and brand building to do that. That's what a whole delayed gratification. I know a lot of you guys gonna say, well, you can't take it with you. The point is I'm not worried about you taking it with you. I just want you to get to a point of financial freedom to where you're able to get, if all you guys want to know what financial freedom is, that's when your investments can take care of your lifestyle. So if you somebody who makes, if your lifestyle is $5,000 a month and you got $10,000 worth of investment rental properties coming in a month, that means you're financially free. And that's to the point to where if you want to get active income, it's optional. It ain't something you have to do. So that's the thing with that. All right. So that's the whole point, guys. You can have nice things. You can get your little toys and stuff like this. Just have a little delayed gratification, just a couple of years, invest your money, get your money working for you, and then you can do what you want to do. within reason.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. That's the key. And that's the key, like, to what wealth being wealthy is having money that replenishes itself. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, you could be rich but not be wealthy. And you
Right.
see so many movie stars, you see so many actors and everything that they go broke because they don't have actual wealth. They have money, but they don't have wealth, and because they don't have passive income that's coming in, and that's it's key. And like you said with the books, I mean, it's like, by the way, guys, I have a link below. Go check out AMS's books if you haven't already. I've got a link here for bulldogmindset.com/AMS books. He's written some really good books on game, on getting your money right, and then also like advanced game and dating. So I think you'll find that really useful. So go check him out. He's also got audio versions, which that's what I like, is I like to run and run and listen. So but yeah, no, you're absolutely right on, correct. This is like the advice that so many guys need to hear. And I think we can transition this into kind of the whole women in game thing, because like, I mean, that it's an important component, right? It's like getting your shit together, because so many guys right now, they like, this is the thing that, like, really probably my biggest pet peeve in the whole like dating, like no, red pill type of area, is that so many guys are so focused on the looks aspect of it. And I'm not saying that looks aren't important, but they're not focused on the right shit. That's one of the things that I like about you, is that, like, you're telling guys how to get all their shit together, so that it's not just this one thing. Because so many guys just want to just like do dating apps and just focus on looks, and they whine and complain that they're not a Chad. What's kind of your response to these guys that, like, you know, think it's all looks? And you know,
when I told guys this, when I was in that basement, I know some of y'all guys, I talk about that basement so much, y'all feel like y'all lived in that basement, right? When I lived in that basement, some women didn't mind. A lot of women, I would say, it's half and half. And the issue is, when you run into women who prefer men who have their stuff together, to me, I see nothing wrong with that. There's a difference between a gold digger and a woman who wants a man who brings some financial stability to the table. Guys, I see nothing wrong with that. I actually think that makes a woman sane, to be quite honest with you. I honestly do. And for all y'all guys who wonder why I say that, I would not hang with you if you don't have your stuff together.
Right. Exactly.
I won't hang with you. You cannot be my friend if you sitting around doing nothing with your life. So what the world do a woman, and I'm going to try to hold the profanity back because I'm on somebody else's channel.
No, you can fucking curse all you want. Like, this is like, I've been canceled already, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what in the world would a woman want with a broke man when I don't even want a broke friend? Okay, guys? So that is the issue on that. So that's the first aspect. You're dealing with women who prefer men who at least have something going for itself. The second thing is the confidence aspect of it. All right. When a man has his stuff together, his shit together, it breeds more confidence because he feels he has more options. It breeds more abundance to you.
Yeah.
So when you interact with a woman and you have your stuff together and you feel good about yourself, what's going to end up happening is the nice guy takes a fucking nap. For most guys, some guys are just going to be beta no matter what they do. But for a lot of you guys, when she started testing you or trying to run over, you're going to start feeling like, hey, listen here, bitch. Listen, we ain't gonna be no more of that. And that's attractive to a woman. A woman wants a man who's in abundance that can check her. If you don't check her, it breeds scarcity, which y'all guys must know. Abundance goes to the pre-selection part of females, that they want a man that other women desire. And a man who's in abundance screams pre-selection. And when you act like you're in scarcity, it screams that you're not pre-selected. It screams that you don't have any women vying for your options. That is an attraction killer. You have to always be like a man that lets a woman know that you can be replaced. That's the only thing women respect. They don't respect nothing else. They don't respect you raising your voice to them. They damn sure don't respect you putting your hands on them. The only thing women respect about a man is if he's in abundance, if he has the ability to walk away. All of this comes from and helps improve you when you have your stuff together. Okay, that's the second aspect. The third aspect is it's satisfying, guys. So when I was a loser, so to speak, right? I had a whole lot of time on my hand just to swipe right, swipe left, match there, match there. You spend all your free time chasing booty, and it'll never be satisfying. You'll always be chasing your tail. You'll never be happy. When you find purpose and you have something that you're passionate about in life, right off the top, about 4 or 5 of your days are already filled with this passion in your life to where you really don't even have time to deal with females. Right off the bat, boom, right there, 4 or 5 days, Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday, I'm on my purpose. Now you only have Saturday and Sunday. Now you got your hobbies. You have your things that you love to do. So now a woman is just the cherry on top because your life is complete. You have purpose. You have hobbies. So you know what? When you interact with a woman, you're not desperate because you're so bored and have so much free time on your hand that you're trying to fill it with female companionship. It should already be filled with your purpose and your hobbies in life and living a social life. That's going to get rid of that neediness when you're with women and they can feel it. They can feel when they're with a loser, and they can feel when they're with a guy who has his life already in order. What I mean by life already in order, a complete life. What most of you guys want is you want a girl to complete you because you have nothing in your life. You have no social life. You have no purpose in life. And what you want her to do is you want her to be your source of happiness Monday through Sunday because you have nothing else. Now, the issue what a lot of you guys are going to do is you're going to be able to get away with this when you're young, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What's going to end up happening, especially when you start to get older, your friends are going to start getting married. They're going to start getting relationships. They're going to start having kids. And now you feel lonely. And that's the thing. So when you're young, you have all your friends. You got 20 friends. We all hang out. We have a good time. Then they're going to start getting plucked off. He married. He settled down. He got kids. He doing that. He moved out. All way you look up, you're 25 years old, and all your friends, most of them are gone. Now what? That's why you have to be a complete individual alone. And the only thing that's going to do that, guys, is your purpose and your hobbies. Point blank, period. If money come with that, fine. But what I found out to be the best thing about having purpose in life is that I'm sitting here on a Thursday night working on my purpose. Me and John collaborating. It's 8 o'clock. Let's say I didn't have purpose in life. What would I do? What would I do? It's Thursday. What most of you doing? Well, you're on YouTube doing nothing. Swiping right, swiping left. Nothing. Just fill it down around on the couch, rubbing your balls, doing nothing, and probably wondering why that girl you met Saturday ain't called you back. What if you was building something? What if you was editing a YouTube video? What if you working on a book? What if you were doing something like that? Tell me how much more happier you're feeling. So I actually slept with more women when I didn't have nothing, but I'm more happier now on my purpose. See, I actually, for the record, guys, I actually slept with more women in the basement than I do now. But I'm way happier now than I was then. Why was that? Because you know what? The amount of women you sleep with it'll never be enough if that's what you're gonna try to base your happiness on. 100%. You'll be more concerned with the ones you didn't get because your life is obsessed with women. So if you slept with 100 women in a year, you know what you'll sit around and think, why didn't I sleep with those other 30? And it's trying to go that route is never gonna bring you happiness. The only thing that's gonna bring you happiness is your purpose and your hobbies in your life. And I don't sleep with nowhere near the amount of women I did then. I had more time to chase ass, and therefore I got more ass, but I'm much more fulfilled right now. When I get off this with John, I'm gonna go sit on my channel and I'm gonna sit up there and I'm gonna go and change some more of my thumbnails since I'm upgrading my thumbnails. I'm not concerned with women. I'm not finna swipe right and swipe left. I'm trying to do something that's gonna build my brand. All right. Before John, I was working on my next book. I don't worry about. Before that, I was making my patron video. Do y'all guys get what I'm saying? My life is dedicated to this and being happy, and I'm so much more fulfilled rather than swipe right, swipe left, doing all this other crap. Get on your purpose. It's the only true way to happiness. it's not just about the money. To quite honestly, a lot of you guys think, well, it's like everything about money. It's not really about money. What I've learned is it's just a man has to have something that he's passionate about when he wakes up. You have to have something you're passionate about. If you don't, man, you just kind of like drift through life. And then, okay, let's break. So when I was in the basement, what do? I go to the gym, I come home, I cook, I watch some YouTube videos, I come in on some YouTube videos, I swipe right, swipe left, then it's time to go to work. That was my life. Do that sound like a happy life? You know, that's nothing. You want to build legacy. You want to be constantly improving yourself, guys. So I'm gonna tell you right now, chasing tail is not the way to go. You can do what you want to do. And when you get about 30, you're gonna say, you know what, that little bald-headed fucker was right.
Yeah, no, this is true wisdom here, guys. I hope you're paying attention here because it's so true. And I like that you use the word fulfillment because that's the key. I was on my run. I just did a run today, and I was thinking about this, and I thought about like, you know, about the choice between in your life of choosing pleasure or pride. And I rather have pride.
Exactly.
I rather have pride. I could get a lot more pleasure.
Right.
You know, I could play video games all day and I could like, you know, live off of the state and like whatever, you know what I mean? But or I could eat the kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm on a pretty strict diet. Like I keep myself fit. I'm running here. But or I could waste my time with all kinds of, you know, all kinds of women and stuff like that. But the pride is better. I'd rather say fuck. You know what I mean? I built this YouTube channel, I built this business. I built this body, right? Like I rather have the pride, even though, because that's what brings the fulfillment. Because that's the thing that's like at the end of the day. And it's interesting too. Like, I think, you know, like you said, you probably had more women when you had like a lot more time to chase tail, but you probably have a lot more quality now because you don't have limited time, right? It's like, you know, like guys ask all the time, they're like, hey, how long should I wait to text back a girl? And I'm like, that's a fucking weird question because when I look at my phone, I'm like, oh shit, like, fuck, I got to get back to all these people. Like, oh shit, I'm too busy though right now, right? It's like, like you don't have to fake it when you actually have a purpose.
That's why I'm telling guys. So guys wonder, well, the alpha male strategies came from. And so the thing was, guys, if y'all guys wondering where that came from was when I became a trainer at the gym, my time became, because I was hungry. You cannot stop a hungry man. Like I said, this is it. When I became a trainer at the gym and they broke down what you can make, so they was paying trainers after they took their cut. The top tier trainers could make $65, $70 an hour. And I broke that down. I said, wait a minute, what if I do 40 of those a week? I said, wait, we talking about 125 grand and give or take somewhere along up in there. And I'm like, listen, I said, this is it, man. I said, this is it. You at a spot where you can make 125 grand or whatever the numbers were. I know it was something like 125. If you do 40 sessions a week, I said, you got to eat, live, and sleep this damn gym. This is it. No excuses. This ain't got nothing to do with Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George Bush. This is you. This is you right here. You in this gym, get out there and sell. That's what I said. It was no more time for no more crap. When I became that, what I started noticing was, and this was coincidence, right? I didn't even know this. I would call the women back after I done did 3-4 sessions. And it seemed like it raised their interest. Now, you guys must understand that I wasn't applying a strategy. I'm just doing 3-4 clients in a row. And these are like upscale people. They like, you're going to respect their time. You're not going to be on your phone during their section. Just like if you even took it out to look at the clock, they'd be looking at you like, what you doing? Like, so I'm not looking at my phone, not checking my phone. I'm hitting the girls back and I'm noticing like, wow, they pretty much responding to this, but I wasn't putting on the act. And I started learning that, noticing that, you know, it seemed like these women seem to chase you when you don't have time for them. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, it seemed like when I had girls that I had more time and I would pick up the phone and text them right back. Yeah. It seemed like then they would start responding 2 hours later. So then I became high value and my time became limited. And I started noticing that. what I've been wanting you guys to do is, I tell you guys, stop faking it and become that, and you will see what I'm talking about. The high value, if you're a guy who just follow me now, find me today and stuff like this, and you probably don't know, once you get on your purpose, you'll see right off the bat, I see what he's talking about. I don't got time. If a girl texts me right now, I'm like, hold up, John, I got to respond to this girl. No, she got to wait till I get through. I'm collaborating right now. This is top priority. I'm not going to, hold on, John, let me text her back. Forget her. When I'm working on my book, I'm not finna say, oh, let me hold up this thought. Let me text her back. I don't want her to get mad. Man, damn her. I'm working on my book. I get back to it. Matter of fact, I always keep my phone on silent anyway. I always keep it on silent. The only time I don't have it on silent is when I know I'm expecting a phone call and I need to get it. You see what I'm saying? That's the only time that I'll have turn my notification on for the ring or silent. But other than that, I keep it off anyway because I don't want to be disturbed in what I'm doing. And I'll just check it at periodic times when I got time to see who called or text. So that's the thing with that, guys, is once you become high value and a man who's busy and stuff like that, let's break this down. You wake up in the morning, you go to your work, go to your job. Let's say that's 8 hours. You come home. Let's say you go to the gym. Let's just say it's an hour. Let's be generous. Most of you guys gonna be in there more than an hour if you do cardio, but let's just be generous, an hour. And let's say you're a guy that meal prep. All right, because as we know, diet is 90% of it, right? So let's take another hour to meal prep, or 30 minutes, whatever, right? Now we finna work on our purpose for a couple hours or whatever we trying to build in our spare time. By the time this is your day, Monday through Friday, tell me when you got time to worry about a woman. You got up, you went to work, you came home, you went to the gym, you came home, you meal prepped, you worked on your purpose for a couple hours. It's 9 o'clock. You might got an hour or two to watch something you recorded on TV. You don't have time to worry about a woman. And I know this, guys, what I just said to you guys is my day. Except the going to the work job part. But I consider myself going to job when I'm answering emails or making videos. All right. So the point being, guys, is when you become that, you don't have time for crap. And what ends up happening, guys, is when you have limited time, you start to disqualify women. Because what happens is when you got a lot of free time, you end up taking more than you would off of women because you have so much free time. Right now, if you flake or cancel on me, you're done. Even if you offer an alternative date. If I got a date with you tomorrow and you hit me up at 3 p.m. tomorrow and say, hey, something came up. I can't see you today. Can I see you tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, whatever? Most dating coaches would tell you if she gave you an alternative date, you're supposed to take it because she gave her alternative date. I don't have time for that right now. Yeah. If you flake on me, that's all you get. That's the only chance you get. Ain't no alternative date. None of that. You know, every dating coach says, hey, long as they offer the alternative time, forget that. When you become a high value man, you don't have time for that. Okay, guys? This is the type of stuff that becoming a high value man does. It makes you intolerable to bullshit. I don't have time for bullshit, period. So any woman who acts up, that's I date or whatever, you get one strike and you out. I don't have no time. And the reason I can do that, the reason I can have such low tolerance, guys, is by me having so much purpose and fulfillment in life, it gets me to a point to where I don't need a woman. If you don't have that purpose, and you're a grown-ass man, you're going to get to a point to where you need a woman because it's either video games or a woman. And so what ends up happening is you want the woman because you know if you lose this woman, what's the alternative? Porn and video games. So what ends up happening is when she acts up, you don't want to get rid of her like you're supposed to because you know I'm going to go back to being lonely, watching video games and jacking off to porn. And that's why you have to have purpose and passion in life, and a woman have to just be the cherry on top. And if you try to make a woman your top priority in life, I guarantee you, for one, she's not gonna respect you. She can feel that scarcity. You're gonna always have problems out of her. Women don't respect nothing but abundance. That's all they don't understand a conversation. They don't understand no making threats. The only thing they understand is I would cut your ass off if you don't apply with what I'm saying.
Yep. No, I 100% agree with you. It's almost like in that subtext, like guys try to try to trick women
Mm.
into pretending like they're high value. Like that
Mm.
subtext comes through though, because it's like when you text a girl back, you know, you're like the subtext is, why the fuck are you bothering me right now, bitch? Like, I'm busy. Like, why are you fucking texting me? Right? Like, you know, you don't say that, but that's what comes through.
What,
But when
John?
you're, yeah.
But John, this is the thing
Mm.
about the high value thing, right? What
Mm.
guys want the whole high value thing to be on how they response time to a text. Oh, I responded 3 hours later. That's
But it's fake. It's
that's
fake.
their whole high value strategy. Oh, I'm gonna respond 4 hours later. I'm high value. Guys, the high value thing come in low tolerance. The high value thing comes in abundance. That's what makes you high value. Women can feel that. And to be quite honest with you guys, the whole texting back in 3 and 4 hours, women, that's old news. And women can't expect that. Like you sometimes you'll run across a woman who will tell you, oh, so we're gonna respond to me 3 hours later, because they kind of like, women are hip on game. I think some of you guys think women are walking around, what's going on? Women got plenty goddamn sense. Women know that guys respond 3-4 hours now because they don't want to look, you know, desperate and stuff. Women are put up on game. So while that might have been great a few years ago, that's kind of like women like, okay, whatever. Where the high value comes in at is actually being high value. And what I mean by that is women are bloodhounds, and they can tell when a man is really on his purpose. Because see, when you're on your purpose, guys, guess what? Things start getting done. Things start happening. So you don't have to sell it. Women are very observant. They'll start telling, wait a minute, he did this, he created that, he bought this property. So you don't have to sell a woman on you being high value. It becomes obvious from your personality and how things are going. She can just tell. So you don't have to sell that. A woman can just feel the high valueness coming off of you guys.
Yeah, no, it's 100. That's 100% correct. Because then you're not faking it. Because then it's like, it's exactly, you know, what you say, and she can sense that, and it's better. It's better than then you don't have to worry. Then you don't have to worry about it, because the high value man does whatever he wants to do. He's like, oh, I want to text back right away, so he fucking texts back right away. All right, you know what I mean? It's like
right.
But it comes through because it's like, you know, women evaluate, and everyone evaluates you based on not just one action you take, but like the whole thing. Like it's a subconscious. It's like, you know, one thing I always point out is like, you know, you ever see like a gay guy, and you can identify it within 5 seconds just by his posture, just like 5 seconds. You're like, I bet that guy's gay, and you're right. And you know what I mean? It's because it's like we're wired as human beings to detect these small. And so if you think you can manipulate these micro, like all these tells that you're giving off, you know, you can't do it. Like it's incongruent. Women will sense it. Everyone will sense it. You know when someone is a used car salesman, right? You know.
Right.
Quick shout out to Ari, Harry Butthole. That's what
Butthole. Oh, Harry Butthole.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He says, hi, John and AMS. Thank you for the banger show. Much respect. Would also be a banger to see you two on with Rolo Tomas. Yeah, that'd be cool. So maybe we'll do that sometime. But guys, if you have questions for AMS, you want us to answer, you know, throw it in the super chat, and we'll get to you. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I was talking about the confidence aspect of being high value. You guys got to understand that your interaction with a woman, she can feel that off of the true high value. You can't fake high value past a week, maybe when you first met her and stuff like that. But once she start going on that date with you and hang out with you, all those insecurities are going to come out. If you are very insecure and you watch one of my videos and you said, hey, AMS said to start responding to her text 3-4 hours later, and you thought that was going to be the answer to your, guess what? When you go on that date, that woman started testing you, your confidence level going to come out, and all those insecurities and all that scarcity is going to come right out, and that woman can tell. You're going to start tripping on yourself, and it's going to tell. You have to be. And so you guys say, well, how do you do that? Well, the thing is, high value men just don't care. You think in the terms of, and it's not even about, do not try to get your abundance from having a bunch of women. Your abundance got to come from your life being complete without a woman, When you get your abundance from now, that means that even if you're not dealing with a woman, you're still in abundance because my life has no voids in it. My life is complete. And that's where it comes from. If you're trying to get it from the other spot, it's going to show up because guess what? If you go to a spot that you're not dating nobody else and you go out on a woman, and the only time you can have abundance is when you got 3 other women. Well, what about when you go through a little bad little spell? Even I'll go through them. Well, I might don't have but 1 woman or 2 women. All right. So how you gonna act then? How are you gonna act then? Now you can only have abundance is when you have a spare tire in the trunk. Well, that's not a good place to get your abundance from. Your abundance has to come from here and being complete as a man. I don't need a woman. Monday through Friday, I literally can work. Saturday, I can go to a bar and chill out by myself. Sunday, I can just relax and watch movies and get ready for the work week. Literally, that can be my whole week. I just laid it out to you guys. Literally.
Okay.
No woman, no friend. That's literally could be my day. And even I can work half a day on Saturday, hang out, go out to eat, go out to a bar or something, have some drinks, rest up on Sunday, relax, watch a couple of movies, maybe eat a couple of bad meals on my cheat day, and then just boom, get ready for Monday, and I'm back, week gone. When you have that mindset, when your week can already be complete without a woman, when I hang with a woman, she can feel that.
Mm-hmm. And it's because you're comfortable with yourself, because you respect yourself, because you have something to respect. Because so many guys, they can't be alone with themselves because they're bad company. They're bad company for themselves. But you know, when you're on your purpose, when you're doing shit, you have pride. You want to get this stuff done.
That's what I wanted to touch on, that pride thing. So for all you guys wondering what John talking about with pride, this is what he mean about pride. Whenever I go and look at my books, I said, damn, I wrote 3 books. 3. That's a pride, guys. I took the time out and I wrote 3 books. I'm like, that's prideful. I can go back and look at all the videos I done made and say, man, remember that was almost 3 years ago. And I said, look how far you done came. Look how many good quality videos you done made and stuff like that. That's a pride, guys. I've built a brand. If you guys understand what John talking about, when you start your business and you get your logo and you get your LLC and you get your insurance and you are officially a business now, you feel that pride like, man, I have my own business. Like it's you guys have to just understand. I have my own business. I got paperwork. I got a state number. I got a EIN number. And you guys just must understand that it's so prideful that you guys just have to do it. And I'm gonna touch on this now. And when I think about stuff like that, and it's for you guys later down the road, for the younger guys, I want you guys to be your own boss. I mean, regardless of what you're doing, even if you're a neurosurgeon, start your own practice or something. Me, one of the biggest mistakes that I think about in my life was, why in the hell was I working for people all those years? And y'all guys want to know where this come from? When I moved to New York, and I'm looking up here seeing people who probably don't even got a green card, got their own business, hustling food on the corner or whatever. And I'm like, how the hell these people come over here as immigrants? Most of them probably don't even got a green card, and they their own boss. And I said, here I am, born in America with a better opportunity than them, a citizen, and yet I'm an employee. So the point being, guys, and you say we entrepreneurs, we're the only people in the world. I think I seen Kevin O'Leary say this, or Mark Cuban say this. One of them say we're the only people in the world that work 80 hours, so we don't have to work 40. Like it's so much. I think I heard Mark Cuban say that. But it's so true that it's just a pride that, you know what, I don't have to have these stupid little monthly meetings at the gym no more, so a boss can tell me my job performance. So he can tell me how good he think I'm doing. I'm the boss. I have to do no more of these men. And sometimes I'm older than the manager. And so the point being, guys, is I want you guys to know that anybody can be a boss. It's simply a matter of starting your business and then getting customers. You can kind of make any excuse you want and this, that. At the end of the day, that's as simple as a business is. Starting a business, getting insured and bonded, and then going out and getting customers. That's it. And now we just got to figure out how we're going to get those customers, how much we got to spend on advertising, what's going to be your advertising budget. Or maybe you hit up a content creator on Instagram or YouTube and pay them or get them some discount code to market your business, however you want to do it. But at that point, it's just a matter of how much do we have to invest to get my product in front of eyeballs. So that's the point, guys. And that's all it is. That's all this business is. What do I have to do to get my product? Well, y'all guys know how TV run? Do y'all guys know how radio run? They run off of ads. People are paying for them to market their product during commercial breaks. That's how it's ran. That's the whole point of the business. I bet you John will tell you, I done had plenty of people. We have people hit us all the time. They want to pay us a fee or whatever, or discount code to market their product. So at the end of the day, become an entrepreneur and make sure you're ready to invest in getting your product in front of people. That's or service in front of people. That's all it is. This is not rocket science. So you can do it the way me and John went about doing it, which was become content creators ourselves. Or if you're somebody who don't want to be a content creator, you can pay somebody to market your stuff or whatever, however you want to do it. Facebook ads, commercial ads, radio ads, it don't really matter. But then at that point, it's just a matter of getting your product in front of people. It's not that hard, guys. I know you guys have been taught to be workers and worker bees and to work for people all your life, and entrepreneurship, you got to be crazy and this, that, and other. It's not hard, guys. I'm going to tell you now, it's not hard. It's just a matter of being willing to put that work in. See, the issue with people fail being entrepreneurs is people, how I was raised was you become an entrepreneur so you can sit back and kick back and let other people work for you and you do nothing, play golf all day. That's how I thought of being a boss meant, that you become a boss and then you go play golf all day and your business just gonna grow on its own. And it's not like that. That's why people businesses fail. You have to work twice as hard to get a business. It's actually easier to be an employee at for time working at 40 hours than it's going to take to build a business. You're going to have to work 100 hours to get your business going. And that's why businesses fail. People want to come in, they want to work 2 hours a day, and that's just not the way it works. All right, guys. So just be willing to put the work in.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. That's and you can get to the point where you could, you saw my income report, and for you guys that didn't see it, you can watch my video on the income report. But I could stop working. I don't have to work, but I want to grow the business. I still, and it's my purpose. I don't even, the money is a score now. It's not like, like I can spend all the money I want on whatever I want at this point, but it's a score. It's something that I'm striving for, is to increase that score.
I'm gonna tell you something, John. Even with you making 75 grand a month, if you was to stop with your purpose in life, even making that, you'll start to feel something's missing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Dan Loke made a video about a couple of years ago. He was retired at 27, and he said he was on the beach every day. He said, "What the fuck am I doing?" He's like, "This is fucking stupid. I'm sitting on the beach every day at 27, multi-millionaire," and he started back working again. You got to have purpose in your life. I mean, you got Joe Biden running for president. He's 75.
Yeah.
You can just relax off his pension or Congress pension or whatever. You got Donald Trump. He's about 75 too. He's a billionaire. He can kick back. Why are these guys working like that? Why Mark Cuban, he's like 60 something now, and he's worth like $4 or $5 billion, and he's still busting it every day. The point being, guys, is if you somebody who you think that you're gonna get to a point, I'm gonna grind and I'm gonna retire, there's a reason why these guys work till they die and stuff like that. You got to have some type of purpose in life. You can't just wake up and go to the beach and it look good on TV. And I'm gonna tell you, it'll be good for about 2 weeks, and then I'm guaranteed you'll be ready to go back to work.
Yeah, and in fact, I did it. I not as early as Dan Locke. He died at 27, but at 33, when I first retired, my whole goal in life was retire. And I literally went to Maui for 2 months, lived on the beach, drank Mai Tais, and played video games. And I was like, it was the most miserable. It was almost the most I think it's probably the most depressing moment in my life ever, when you've achieved this goal and you're like, is this all there is to life? It's like seeking pleasure, and it's not, fulfillment is so much more important.
I got unemployment in Alabama for about 2 weeks, and I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
I thought that when the construction job was coming to an end, I was like, man, I'm gonna kick back and I'm gonna just relax for like 3 months, and then I'm gonna go find a job. I did it for 2 weeks, and I was like, I can't take this no more. Back to work. I was like, I have no idea how people do this. I have no idea how people wake up and do this. And I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I just can't do this.
I want to give a quick shout out to Swole Alpha.
Swole Alpha.
The moment you want success more than you want to breathe, women are just an afterthought. Shout out to both of you for setting a perfect example to men too. So guys, check out Swole Alpha. He's awesome. I've had him on the channel. Really good stuff he's got. So, but one thing I want to mention too, I think that's kind of interesting, because I don't know what your email inbox looks like, but you know, I think it's kind of interesting because we have a unique perspective. But like mine is full of emails, and it's almost like you get to see what it's like to be a hot chick, right?
Right.
And that's like how you act. It's like if some guy, and it's kind of a good model for how you should act as a high value man, because if some guy emails me and he's rude or he like is entitled, I don't even fucking respond to his email, or I might respond with a middle finger picture or whatever it is, and just like delete his email. And it's like the same thing. It's like if you have that abundance, and it's because you're getting so many emails, like it's like you don't even have time to answer all the fucking emails, and so someone's gonna be rude to you. And it's like the same thing. That's like the attitude that you should have with chicks. Is like, why the fuck are you bothering me? Like, are you gonna come to me and be rude? And that's it kind of ties into that whole pride thing. When you build a business, when you're making money from a business, some 21-year-old chick with nice tits at a club, she don't mean shit. What the fuck has she done with her life? Like, you know what I mean? When you're like just a loser, you're enamored. Like she's the star of the show. But when you're a man on your purpose, like doing shit, like she's just some fucking girl. Like she's nothing. Like don't disrespect me. You know what I mean? Like I think that's like why it's so critical to develop that. Otherwise, you won't be able to have that attitude.
And another thing on top of that, John, what a lot of guys got to understand is, with the way social media things and like this, my man Alfred Kingdom, what's up, brother? I seen him on your show a couple weeks ago. The thing is with that is, what y'all guys gonna start noticing is that this 80-20 rule probably gonna start to move more towards this 90-10 or 95-5 rule.
Yep.
These day naps and this social media, and it's more imperative that you are a high value man, because what's gonna end up happening is, you're gonna start seeing a lot more. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take a little a victory lap right now, John. But since I came on and started talking that self-improvement, I really haven't seen those vitriol, incel type hatred. I think so many men now have figured out that it's about me and being on my purpose in life and not chasing tail. That all those angry MGTOW type content that you used to see and stuff like that right there, I think that just me telling guys to just focus on yourself, and all that vitriol just kind of this. And you see now a lot of dating coaches are teaching the self-improvement, and I don't know if you remember, John, but I went through wars with that self-improvement at the beginning. I went through wars because I was teaching some guys something that you couldn't sell on a course. In a course, you know, other dating coaches made a killing off of teaching you how to pick up, teaching you how to do this and teaching you how to do that, and buy this program, buy that program. And I was giving y'all something for free that just required you improving yourself, that didn't require putting money in my pocket, just required you improving yourself. It wasn't about taking a charisma course or taking a pickup line course or learning how to pick up chicks at the mall. I was just teaching you how to become more confident, which was coming from the self-improvement. And so I really haven't seen those angry type, MGTOW type, I hate women type content lately, because so many men now get it, that it's not about the self-improvement. But anyway, for all you guys that are going to be high value men and going to be, you know, want to be like this, understand that it's only going to get harder. And the tier of guys that women sleep with, that is true. That is true, guys. Rich people get richer because they have more money to invest So they get richer because if you're a billionaire, obviously you got more money to invest. And if you're a guy and you got 10 girls, guess what? The other 10 girls, the other 100 girls see you with those 10 girls. Well, hell, I want to be over there where he at. Yeah. And so that's the thing with that guy. So it's more imperative with us living in this social media age that you become the best version of yourself.
Yeah, Jesus even said it. He said, "To him who has more will be given to him, and who has less, what he has will be taken from him." Right.
Right.
Here's an interesting comment we got here. I thought we should address because Original Champ says, "Never be cocky and prideful, Bulldog Mindset. We aren't better than anybody." But I disagree with that. That's not true. People are. This is the false narrative. People are not equal. We're not equal. You know what I mean? Someone who busts their ass, who achieves things in life, is not equal to a loser, you know, laying on his couch not doing shit. So it's not true. It's not true. Simply, and you know, people are valued differently. If you had an auction and you had guys on the auction, and you had different prices for those guys, you auction those guys off. Some guys would auction for a much higher price than other guys. It's you want to believe in your mind that, oh, we're all balanced out and equal, but no, some people are pieces of shit and some people are awesome, and you got to choose. Are you going to be a high value man or a piece of shit man? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a nice guy. It matters what can you actually fucking provide and what can you actually do with your life.
Well, see, that right there, what he just said is perception. So let me break this down. He said, never be cocky and prideful at Bulldog Mindset. So to a guy that doesn't want anything, he can perceive you being proud of what you have as cocky. That makes him feel better about himself to throw the word cocky out, when actually it's just confidence. But to shame you for having confidence, I throw the word cocky out like you're being boastful. So that is, now I'm shaming you for being prideful of the things you accomplish. So I'm finna resort to female shaming tactics, and I'm gonna call you cocky. You see what I'm saying? That's what you'll see from guys who are not on their grind and stuff like that. They resort to the, oh, you're arrogant, oh, you're cocky. And I understand some people can be that, but nothing about you, John, said that. You see what I'm saying? So that is compensation on his part to make him feel better about himself. Well, at least I'm not cocky and arrogant. As in, I might not have what you have, John, but at least I'm a good person. Right. So you're not, and this is what Dave Ramsey talks about all the time. If you have money and stuff like this, you're evil. This is what Dave Ramsey talks about all the time. That just because you have money, you're an evil person. And there's nothing about that. Nothing about you, John, said cocky or prideful. Well, prideful, but cocky. And I didn't mind the word prideful. I didn't like cocky because cocky is akin to arrogant. That's what cocky. And that's a shaming tactic. Men, I tell guys this all the time. Men will shame you worse than women. Men have more shaming tactics than women. It's ridiculous, and that's what he tried to do just then. The issue is you're secure in who you are, John. That it just bounced right off of you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even care if I'm like it doesn't matter. Right?
John, one guy takes it as motivation. Another guy sees that and he starts. It's all in perception. So let's say you got two people. You post your new Lambo on Instagram. To one guy, you're showing off. To another guy, you just motivated him. Right. To the guy that you motivated, he's gonna grind. To the guy over here, he's gonna sit and hate and write mean comments down under the picture. See, it's all in perception. You see what I'm saying? And so some people get inspired from others being great, and some of us develop envy from people being great. It's just all in how your perception of. If you believe, let me say it like this: if you believe you can be great, you get motivated. If you believe you were dealt a bad hand and you're a victim, then that breeds envy. And that's all going to be off of your mindset and your work ethic. That's all where that comes from. I don't think that if I applied myself, I don't think it's nothing John, Floyd Mayweather, or anybody else have on the earth that if I put that same work ethic in, that I couldn't have if I really put the work in.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. Let me see. I got a couple of super chats, but for
Mhm.
some reason it's not showing up on the thing, so I can't put them
Okay.
on the thing. But there's one from Lifetime Success. He says, "You guys are great for the culture. Thanks for everything you guys are doing." So thank you,
Mhm.
Lifetime Success. And then Kendall Holt says, "Got to restart the live stream channel so we can bless you with super chat." So thanks, Kendall. But yeah, so there's one actually there's an issue that I wanted to talk to you about, because I think
Mhm.
we agree on a lot of things. We have a
Mhm.
slightly different view on this one, I think. So I
Mhm.
think it's kind of good to hash these
I'm here to
things out.
straighten you
All
out,
right,
John,
all
anytime.
right, all right. Let's do it. So I want to talk about choosing signals, because
Oh, here we go.
this is one where I think we have a different viewpoint. So my viewpoint is that, like, I understand the idea of choosing signals,
No.
but my viewpoint is like being someone, like like a guy like me, like, rip 6-pack abs, even like at a pool party or something. I see some choosing signals and stuff like that, but man, like the number of opportunities I feel like I would miss if I just waited for choosing signals is so large. And I'll present the other part of my case, which is to say that I get the point. Is like, too many guys are just chasing ass, just being desperate, right? So I'm not a fan of that. But what I am a fan of is saying, like, go out there, take a chance, face rejection. Don't like look for some girl to already pre-select you before you go up to her, because that's kind of, to me, it's like a pussy kind of move. It's like, go out there, face the rejection, and you know what, yeah, sure, a girl that gives you some kind of choosing signal, she's going to be more likely to be receptive, but maybe the girl didn't even see you, maybe, you know what I mean? And it's like, you can go up to her, and at least if you're taking your shot, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Okay. That's why I'm here, John. I'm here to straighten you out. I'm here to
All right.
set you straight, John. So the choosing signal thing is not about attracting women.
Okay.
Period. It has absolutely, it's about not needing women. That's what it's about. I tell guys this, and I'm gonna say it right now. I am not anti-cold approach. I cold approach.
Yeah.
The point is the mindset. When you leave the house, I want you in the mindset, you're just living your life, and you let life come to you organically. If you see a woman, whether she choosing or not, if you genuinely left the house to go about your day and you see a woman and it organically happens, cold approach. I don't care. The thing is, when I say choosing signals is, I want you to be in the mindset of enjoying the moment. So the point being is, at that pool party, like you said, what would happen with guys who have that holler monster type personality? They could not even enjoy the party.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Their whole head would be on a swivel. And I'm speaking from experience. I haven't always been the choosing signal guy. What would happen is, I can't even enjoy this party. I'm obsessed with women, is what I'm saying. And so what ends up happening is, anytime guys go do anything where women are going to be at, it becomes the activity. So if you go to the club, instead of me enjoying and being in the moment with my friends or whatever I'm doing, I am the whole night with my head on a swivel checking out women. And I'm not even enjoying myself. So then you look around and you see the guys who are enjoying themselves, they're with their boys, probably got a section, and they're just having the best time. They're on top of the tape, they're on top of the chairs or whatever, and they just going back and forth with their homeboys, and they're having a great time. And here my ass is, I'm obsessed with women. And if you look at those guys, they're having the time of their life, and they're in their own little world. That's what I'm saying. And when they leave at the end of the night, they didn't get one number, but they had the time of their life. And you, on the other hand, you couldn't even enjoy the music or the atmosphere because you were consumed with women. Aligning yourself, I want to get her, I want to get her. And the guys who are really there having a good time, they didn't even come there to talk to women. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. They came out with the whole mindset. I'm out with my boys. I'm going to have a good time. This is what I'm here for. I'm not here for that. And they're going to go home and they're going to wake up the next day and they're going to say, man, I had a blast. And what did you do? You sat at the bar all night like a little thirsty hound, trying to position yourself the whole night with how I'm going to get this girl. Oh, I need to go over here and position myself. You can't even enjoy yourself. And that's where the choosing signals come from. I wanted guys to learn how to be able to enjoy activities. You know, you go to the basketball courts and guys don't even shoot basketball no more. Why? Because women aren't there. When I grew up, the basketball courts were loaded, but men don't want to do that no more because there are no women there. Men have become obsessed with female validation 24/7. And this is what I try to tell guys is when you put your mindset in the mindset of women, they control you. They control you. When you're a guy and the choosing signals is simply about enjoying what you're trying to do. Wherever you're going, if you're going to the museum, you're going to a pool party, your first priority be enjoy, be in the moment. I'm not anti-cold approach. I'm not. I don't think it makes you a sucker or none of that. The thing I am with is I hate the mindset of leaving the house to, I'm finna go pick up chicks today. I don't like that mindset. And what guys would do if they're going to a pool party, what they would be thinking in their head when they left the house is, how many hot chicks is going to be there? See, they're not even thinking about enjoying that pool party. They're only thinking about how many hot chicks is going to be there. And in this aspect, your life is still controlled by women. And you will see if you go to that same pool party, I guarantee you, it's always these group of guys. It's always going to be at least this one group of guys where they're just in their own world, where they're just like, they're just like, they're over there, they just having a good time. You almost think they gay. Like, do they see all this ass walking around here? But they're not gay. What they are is content.
Okay.
And that's all choosing signals is. It flies over guys' head when I'm end up saying that choosing signals is the best way to get women. If you never cold approach, you're gonna be leaving a lot of booty on it. You're gonna leave a lot of ass on the tape. I tell you that. All I want you to do is leave with the mindset of enjoying whatever you're doing. Most of you guys can't even get a good workout. You know why? Because you peeking that ass.
Exactly.
You peeking that ass. You're not there to work out. You checking out ass. And this is all I'm saying, guys.
Yeah.
Men have got to learn how to. So why women beat us and stuff? Why women beat us? Okay, this is why women beat us. If you go to the club, what the girls are doing?
They're having a good time. They're dancing. They'll dance with themselves, dancing with their friends. In fact, the thing that gets you cockblocked more than anything else is that they're there with their friends and they're like, "Oh, it's a girls' night. We're just trying to have a conversation with ourselves. We're just trying to have a good time," and they mean it. They're not. It's not a front.
And this is why I try to tell men, why can women do that, but men can't? Why can women go out and get their little section and they not studying no dudes there? If they disciplined enough, they just here to have a good time with their girl. But men are, so when you like that, guys, I'm telling you, you always are going to lose. I did not find happiness until I started to live in the moment instead of how many women I think I'm gonna get today. So everything I did was how many hot chicks I think I'm gonna be there because that's why I'm there. And when I get there, friends be damned, I am just concerned with how many hot chicks in here. So I don't even hear them. They might as well not even be here because my eyes is fixated on the chicks that's in here. And I would have had a lot better time if I would have sat down, hey man, what y'all think? Y'all think LeBron gonna win the championship? And we engage, but we not engaged because that's not why I'm here. That's what the choosing signals is. The choosing signal just means men get back to enjoying the activity and not base everything around picking up women. That's all I'm saying. And it goes back to that purpose thing. That's all it is. A lot of you guys hate clubs. Why you hate clubs? You hate clubs because you picking up women in the clubs is the hardest thing. You know why it's the hardest thing? You got attention whores, but women don't go to the club for that. They go out to have a drink and girls night out. Yeah. And that's why a lot of you guys hate clubs. If you went there with your friend instead of to pick up chicks and have a good time with your friends, I guarantee you wouldn't hate clubs. The reason why you hate clubs, because you go out with the wrong mindset. That's it.
All right. I mean, I can't argue with anything that you said there. I think it's very true. And just the idea, like the reason why women can do it and men can't is because of abundance, because they know they can get cock anytime that they want. They can just go, there's plenty of guys that are lined up. So they're like, we're having a good time. We're here with our friends. We don't care because we can get guys anywhere. Guys are.
Yeah, again, what you just said, John, John, you just proved my point. You just prove my point. And I didn't even think of it from that corner, but you just proved my point. Abundance.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. The guys who go out and have a good time, they are already in abundance. Now, that could be with other women, but that also can be with my life is complete. I am happy as is, so I don't need to be a little thirsty hound out here trying to see who all I can get, because you know what? I am complete. I'm in abundance. That is, you said it best, the best way I can say it. When you're not thirsty and when you're not desperate and your life is complete, I can go to an activity and not be thirsty and be all up on girls because I don't care. That is like, I don't care. So that's why I try to tell guys, you can't be low value and do the choose the signal thing because you're going to be in a hungry state. You have to become high value. So I'm going to tell you something. If you're a guy who's working 100 hours a week and you got out Saturday night just to hang with your boys a couple hours and this, that, and other, you almost don't even want to talk to a woman because you like, you know what? A woman is kind of like a detriment to me right now. You know, like, when am I going to see her? I'm dead. When am I going to see her? Because I see my main chick on Sunday and I hang with my boy on Saturday. When am I going to see her? And so this is what I'm talking about. Like I tell you, John, you can't just get your abundance from having women in your multiple women in your life.
No.
You have to get your abundance from your lifestyle already as is, as being full. And when you don't have that, it can set you out to this cold approach, blah, 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 blah. And like I tell you guys, I'm not a cold approach. I'm not against cold approach. I'll cold approach, but it's going to be totally organic. I didn't leave the house with my mindset on cold approaching. It just happened. And that is fine. If you leave the house with that mindset and you cold approach, that is fine. Just don't leave the house with the mindset of, I'm finna pick up 10 chicks tonight.
The only thing, so I agree with you, like on everything that you said there. The only thing I would say that I would pick any kind of bone with is to say that guys like starting out, that just needing to learn to get over social anxiety and get some confidence. I feel like they need to go out with the objective of, I'm going to do a bunch of cold approach tonight. But like if I coach a guy, because I do some coaching in Vegas, what I will turn the objective is, instead of having success, getting a number, getting laid, to be put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and survive. Then you win, right? Because I want to train them to be able to do what you're saying is, because even if you're living your best life and you're on your purpose, if you're still a pussy inside and you can't actually go and cold approach, or even you can't interpret a choosing signal and then go and talk to the girl that's even giving you the red carpet, then you got a problem. You got to overcome that and address that issue. So, yeah.
Well, see, John, that's why you got me here. I'm here to straighten you out, John. John, listen.
What you've said is good so far, so I want to hear it.
I'm here to straighten you out, John. Okay. So we got this guy who's a pussy or whatever, all right? And we're gonna say, go out and cold approach. Just go cold approach, right? The little confidence that he has left is gonna be ripped to shreds. We need to fix that first before because if I send you out here, that's like me sending a military guy into a war and I ain't trained him. And so if I got this guy like this, I need you to get to feeling confident about yourself first before you go do those approaches. Because you know what? If you'll do and you feel bad and you go out and you do a bunch of cold approaches, now it's over for you. You're gonna become an incel. All right. And so what I need for you to do is, what I'm gonna tell a guy is we need to fix those insecurities first, right? Because if you don't feel good, you're gonna just get rejected because the women gonna smell the fear on you. So we got to build that confidence up first. We got to build that up first. So I'm gonna tell you to do the self-improvement. First thing I always told any guy who's struggling with women, take a year off, do the self. If you right now going through a 6-month year drought or 2-year drought, don't even worry about women for a year. Just don't even, because in fitness, we call it building dysfunction on top of. So like what you have a lot of people do is they'll have a dysfunction and then they want to go in there and bench 300 pounds, but you got rounded shoulders. So we building dysfunction on top of dysfunction. So what we need to do is we need to fix your rounded shoulder so you don't get an impingement. So we need to fix that first. We need to get your posture up right. So when you do bench, you ain't gonna be sitting there and rupturing against your bicep tendon and stuff like that and your supraspinatus. So we need to fix that first, okay? So take a year off and let's do the self-improvement. Let's get your confidence up first. So now that when you do go approach women, some of you guys might not need a year, some of you guys 3 months and you lose 30 pounds and you feel better about yourself, because some of you guys already might make money and you just need to lose 30 pounds and feel better about yourself. So it might not be a year for everybody. But once we do that, now I'm gonna have you go out and approach women or go out and live a social life of abundance and then let your life come to you organically. And I'm gonna tell you why this is better. Because now that your life, you have purpose in life, you have confidence in life, guess what? When you do meet a woman that you want to cold approach, the interaction is going to be so much more better because she can smell the success. She can smell the confidence off of you. She can smell the abundance off of you. If we don't have no confidence and we don't have no abundance, all you went and did was bench press with some rounded shoulders. You had dysfunction on top of dysfunction. Now you finna get rejected, not because of who you are, but because of your confidence. And women are bloodhound for confidence. They can tell in your body language. You can't fake confidence. When you guys see a guy on the basketball court or baseball field and he's struggling with confidence, you can't tell in his body language, John, this dude, he's off right now. You ever seen LeBron James, as great as he is, you ever see him sometimes like when he lack confidence, he kind of like don't want to go to the ball, and then when his confidence is on, how he clapping like give me the ball, but then when he lose, some of them fourth quarters when he kind of like get a little nervous, he kind of like the ball is over there, he way over there in the corner. You could just like, damn, LeBron, his confidence down. That's the same way women is. When your confidence is on point, women can tell. Now you still got the attraction, you still got the preference, and you still got the time, and all that matters. But confidence matters in there too. So I like I tell you guys from the get-go, if you're somebody struggling like that and you're gonna go out and do a whole bunch of approaches, all you're gonna do is come back with your tail between your legs crying and worse off than what you is. We need to fix something. We just can't go out and do a whole bunch of cold approaching. You know what we're doing? We throwing shit to the wall and let's see what sticks. Let's just throw a whole bunch of shit to the wall and maybe something sticks. And it never would stick.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with what you're saying, because I preach the same approach as like, let's fix the other shit first. The only thing I guess I would say about it is that one avenue of building the confidence is building the confidence of overcoming your greatest fear as a man, which most men's greatest fear is to cold approach women, which again, like if your objective is to have success, then you're going to come with your tail between your legs. But like when I help guys, I mean, obviously I'm working on the other parts of their life as well, because that's more important. But I'm setting their objective to be something like, put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, do this thing that scares you. Like that's a win, because then you win, because then you don't come back with your tail between your legs, because you're like, I talked to all these girls, I approached them and I did it, I overcame my fear, and now you can be like, you can get some confidence because you're successful in that. So I think the framing of it is important, but I agree with you. Everything you said, I don't disagree with. I think I would maybe take a slightly different approach in some cases. But if you follow, so guy, I'll talk to the guys that are watching. If you follow what AMS just said and you improve yourself first and build that confidence first, and then start cold approaching women, you're going to have a lot more success than if you, I mean, if you go, you know, the raw dog way and you just start cold approaching women and you haven't fixed your other shit, it doesn't mean you can't have success, but it's going to be a lot harder, and it's going to be a lot, you're going to get a lot more of a harsher slap in the face from reality, because you're going to, you know, all that shit, like, you know, women can smell, you know, like AMS said, I 100% agree. You cannot, you can fake everything else in life, but you can't fake confidence.
Right. And the thing what you just said, John, I'm glad you brought that point up. So you're going to have your guys who are not confident in themselves. And so those are the guys that I would recommend doing the self-improvement. You're going to have some guys who just, they are confident in themselves. They feel good, but they don't like cold approach, and they don't, and that's different. All right. So if you got those guys who just have a fear of, you know, like they need better social skills, then yes, go talk to women. I was speaking mostly of the guys who just don't have insecurities or whatever. You just gonna be building dysfunction on top of dysfunction. But you do have your guys who are confident and feel good about themselves. They don't just like going up to a complete stranger. And I know what you're talking about, John. So we had this at the gym, right? Well, a lot of trainers, they was competent trainers. They felt good. They just couldn't go up and approach somebody who was working out and say, hey, can I have a second of your time? They just could not do it. They just, it's just like, they felt like the person would chew their fucking head off for stopping them while they middle of their workout. They could not prospect at the gym. And I was like, just go up into them and just, you know, say, hey, introduce yourself. And they look at me like, I can't, you know, I just can't do that. Like, it's just, so I know what you're saying. And they was confident trainers, but some people just cannot go up and that's what you're doing when you're prospecting at the gym, trying to sell somebody on training. You're cold approaching. And most people just could not deal with that fear of rejection. And I could, you know, and so I get exactly what you're saying on if they are confident in who they are, and then yes, go up and approach women. You need to get over that fear. Because I saw that at the gym with trainers. They'd be ripped to shreds, look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, exactly. But won't go up and approach nobody at the gym. And curious. I almost thought that they was approaching a tiger. Like they really thought the person would chew their head off for interrupting them doing their workout. And so in that aspect, I have to agree with you. For those guys, you just need to start approaching and get over that fear.
I think we're pretty much on the same page here. I think we just have a little bit different angles of approaching things, but yeah, I mean we're speaking the same language. It's interesting too, because like even guys that are like quote chads, because a lot of like incel black pill guys, they say, oh well, if I was just a chad, women just come up to chads. That's not true. That's not true at all. You know, I mean, every once in a while, you know, a woman will come up to you, but even if you're a chad, you got to go out and still you still got to go out and talk to. You still have to have the guts to go and, like you said, the trainers that are you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger looking. People aren't coming up to them and saying, "Hey, will you give me personal training?" Right? Maybe every once in a while, but they got to go in. They got to go work the field, and they got to actually put in the work. So
guys need to understand that thing about the Chad is not the looks. It's the pre-selection and the reputation. So guys don't understand that it's not that he's so awesomely good looking. It's women are like sheep. Well, everybody's like that, right? Like so, like if we all have been told what's in and what's out, right? So we in this culture now to where if for whatever reason women decided that AMS is the prototypical sex image right now, then all of a sudden, all other women would say, "Oh God, he's so gorgeous." Y'all guys saw this with Denzel Washington in his early days, and some of these Brad Pitt, some of these other guys in their early days. To where once you get women label you as a sex idol, or you know, you the new sex image or whatever, then all the other women follow, and that's basically what a Chad is, guys. He's just basically the you know what women are saying. Once a couple of women say this is what's in, and other women like little sheep, and they say this is what in. If John right now was become the sex idol or whatever, every woman in America be inboxing John because they heard some other women say he's hot shit. That's just the way it is.
That's how women operate. In fact, a good example of that is Jason Momoa, right? Aquaman. Because that dude was in Stargate Atlantis before then.
Right.
Women weren't all
Right.
over him when he was in Stargate Atlantis. I mean, that was a long show. That was like 4 or 5 season show, right? I never heard of him, and I saw him in the show. I liked the show, but when Aquaman came out, all of a sudden, right? And it's like, oh no, he's just so attractive. No, I mean, he's a good looking guy for sure, right? He's got a decent physique. But at the same time, it was like he was the same dude when he was in at Starship or whatever, Stargate Atlantis. But you're absolutely right on that. It's women are so much influenced by what other women think and and that's the thing. And even you look at like some of these like the younger teen kind of pop idols, they're skinny little like feminine looking guys.
Right.
In general, women are sexually turned on by a masculine, dominant man. But why do these teeny bopper guys like have so much success? It's because of that effect, that stardom effect, for sure. Yeah, so you're absolutely right on that. Charles Selig said, one of my biggest disappointments in adulthood is not being able to spend quality time with my friends because they don't value man time. Maybe that's a good what do you think about that? Because I think that's like an important point. Like a lot of guys aren't masculine because they don't really they don't have other men around them that are masculine.
Right. And that's the thing what I try to tell guys is that an issue with a lot of you guys is you single mother homes and stuff like this right here is that we are products of our environment. And if you don't have that masculine figure in your life, it is going to definitely be more tough. What I think what he was talking about was just what I was talking about. Guys, everything is about girls. If I read it, I think that's what he was basically saying was guys don't know how to go out and shoot pool. Are there going to be a lot of chicks at the pool hall? Probably not. Is a lot of girls going to be on the basketball court? Probably not. But life for men has turned into just ass, Tinder, and video games. What happened to the let's get a beer, let's go shoot pool? No. You know what we do? Me and John, we're gonna pick a spot that we know women frequent. And that's what I think he was talking about. So instead of me and John just going out for the evening and enjoying, buddy time, and we're gonna have a beer and shoot pool and kick the shit, me and John decided that we're gonna go to a lounge because this is where the hot chicks be at. And that's what I think have been lost with men is that men don't do that no more. When I was young, guys, the basketball court would be filled, and you would have to wait. You say, "I got next," and it would be 2 guys before you. It would be 2 guys before you that already had their teams, and that's what men did. And we just hung out. We shot basketball, and you have 2 or 3 straight women running around trying to get some attention. We out there shooting basketball. We paid them no attention. And that has been lost out of men. Men just do not do that no more. Everything is just bull crap.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, that's the thing is like there's so little emphasis on and it's such an important part of a man's life is being around other strong men. In fact, that's one of the things I tell guys with my membership pitch for Bulldog Mindset membership. I say, if you want to become a strong man, you have to be around strong men.
Exactly, brother. And I was raised by my uncle, and I picked up a lot of his traits. I was raised by women early in my life, and then my uncle took me over right before I turned 10 years old, and whole life changed. A whole lot. My man Richard Cooper.
Yeah.
Did you read the question?
He give you a shout out there. You guys.
I gotta get over there and do one of these with Richard too, man.
Yeah, you should.
I gotta go there and do that. I'll hit Richard up. But
yeah, Richard's awesome.
So, yeah, I like Richard. But the thing is, that is definitely a point. And for all you guys, that's just more imperative of why you got to remain in your kids' lives for you guys that got sons and stuff like that. Because that's where it's coming from. Men are not engaging in their kids' lives and stuff like that. Everything is, especially in the Black community, is single mothers and stuff like that. We men, we got to remain in. Exactly. Richard. We got to stay in our kids' life. Women raise emotional men, victimhood men who feel like I was dealt a bad hand, and instead of like, okay, I was dealt a bad hand, but guess what? I control my destiny from here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's very true. It's very true. And because, you know, men have to be made, women are born. And that's, it's so important, like for men to go through that process and to understand what it takes. It's like, you know, women just have to preserve, they have to let go, men have to build. It's always the opposites, right? With men and women, with the masculine and the feminine.
Well, the thing with women is they becoming more masculine and the men are becoming more feminine. They're like the roles are switching. Like the women are becoming like, listen, the thing with guys is, for a lot of guys that find women not fun to be around with, y'all guys got to understand that that's all about respect. Respect. So guys get on me because I enjoy female companionship, right? And I tell guys is, you would enjoy female companionship too if you knew how to make women respect you. Women are not fun. Nobody is fun if they don't respect you. Respect is the key to life. Your boss won't be fun to be around if he don't respect you. You have to do something to make your boss respect you. You have to do something to make your kids respect you. You have to do something to make your neighbors respect you. Other than that, they'll be out there playing music at 3 o'clock in the morning and don't give a damn about you. You have to go there and let them know, hey, listen, I got to get up and go to work in the morning. All right. Yeah. Everything in life, man, is about respect. Your coworkers must respect you. Everything is about respect. And so that's the key to life, guys. And that's something that guys who are raised by their men, raised by men in their lives, they understand that everything is about respect.
Yep. And you know, I think a big mistake men make about respect is they try to use threats instead of their feet. Like the only way you gain respect is like, if someone disrespects me, I say, oh, fine. All right, fine. But you're not getting any of my time. I'm not investing anything in you. You're not getting any attention, or whether it be a male or a female, it doesn't matter. Right. And that's the thing. Because if I threaten you, if I'm like, oh, if you disrespect me one more time, you know, then that means I'm investing. That means I have so much. I'm showing you how much I need you, right? How much I value you, right? That I'm giving you a chance. But you know, if you disrespect me, that's done. It's done. Like you come back and you don't get my time. And so many guys have that wrong because they try to get respect by force. They think that dominance is forcing people to do what they want instead of understanding that the subtlety of it's like withdrawing your attention.
Right, exactly. And you know where that comes from? That comes from scarcity. So I want to leave, but I'm afraid to leave. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just sit up here and I'm gonna preach to you and use words and talk all this crap. But in actuality, I just don't have the balls to leave. And that's why I sit up here and tell y'all guys, idle threats mean nothing to women. I'm gonna tell you guys, most of you guys in relationships right now, at some point, you probably gonna have to leave that woman just to show her at least that I'm not playing with you. That's what happens, guys. At some point, she'll keep doing what she's doing until you prove that point. And guess what? When you break up with her, guess what? She's not gonna call you the next day. It might take 2-3 weeks, a month, but she gonna learn that you mean business. And that's what I sit up there and tell you guys. When you do leave, she has to come back to you.
Yep. There you have to be the man that no one in your life is so important that you can't live without them.
Thank you.
Like everything is a because then you can be like, you know what? If you're in my life, that's awesome. I love it. It's great. You're a great addition. But if you're not, my life is also awesome. I have all these other options. It's great. So whichever you choose, I win. So you can just choose whatever you want. I honestly don't care which one you choose. And when you come from that perspective, that's the true perspective that you should have in life, because then you're not going to be disappointed. You don't have expectations. You're literally know that whatever, because if your life is so good by itself, then it doesn't fucking matter. No one can disrupt that. You know, it's the same thing in business, right? When I make business deals, people come to me all the time. I don't know if they come to you for sponsorships and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I turn them down, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you know what? The minimum is $2,000 a month and 3 months commitment. And I say, I'm not negotiating. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you want it, we can talk about it. If not, and they're like, oh, okay. And I don't even reply back to their emails when they say, oh, it's too much money. How can you ask for that? I'm like, fuck you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Whichever way, if you want to do it, I'm happy. If you don't want to do it, I'm also happy.
And you know what, John, that is very good that you said that about every aspect of your life with business and everything. I had when I was working at the security company, the guy who I was working for, he kind of disrespected me over the phone. And me being in a situation, even being in a situation where I wasn't even in a position to really lose that job, he said, and I know he was just playing, but I wanted to prove a point that even playing, don't talk to me like that. He was like, bitch, I told you, you know, I didn't say nothing to him over the phone. When I went to him, because I was going to get my money, right, that he supposed to pay me. And I got there and I said, listen here, I don't care if you fire me or whatever. I said, never call me a bitch again, playing or not. I know you was playing, but I don't play like that. He's like, man, you can't take a joke. I never had no problems out of him again. Yep. And even if that meant me losing that job, and that's what respect. And see, that was a subtle little sly little test on his part. It only would have got worse if he was able to get away with that. Exactly. And I nipped in the bud right then and there. Playing or not, I don't play like that. Yep. So respect is the key to life, guys.
Yep. And women will do the same thing. Yep. They will test you. They will see what they can get away with. Yep. And they will see if you're going to back down, especially when it's one of those nights when you know you're getting sex and then they're going to try some shit and they're going to see. They're going to see because they know you're horny. They know that you're expecting the sex tonight, and they're going to say some shit to you. They're going to ask you some question. They're going to say some shit, and they're going to see what you do, and they're going to see if you're going to be a little bitch in order to get this, because you don't want to rock the boat, right? Or if you're going to be like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck it. Like, you're not going to disrespect me. It doesn't matter what you're hanging over me. And that's like, and if you make that wrong choice, the whole relationship will go down a different path. Right. Then you make it, because they'll know, because if you make the right choice, they're like, oh shit, I can't fuck with this guy. I can't manipulate this guy. I'm not going to try. I mean, they'll try again later, but you're going to get a reprieve for a long time because they're going to know. But if you make the wrong choice, fuck, they're going to know. They're going to be like, this guy's a pussy. He's going to keep on. I can just control him with my pussy.
And on top of that, now you're on eggshells. And so now you don't even know what to say wrong. And for all you guys wondering, well, AMS, I done that. I done been with a woman, been on eggshells. All this stuff, y'all guys see those videos, don't come from me doing everything right. I done made a lot of wisdom comes from mistakes, guys. Nobody's born with, oh, I'm so smart. But no. Wisdom comes from making a whole lot of mistakes. You know, John's gonna be a great businessman. I guarantee he could tell you some fucked up mistakes he done made. Oh, yeah. And the reason why I can sit up here and tell you about what to do with women, all this and other stuff, I done every mistake in the book more than once. That's how I can sit up here and tell you this stuff. So I can sit up here and tell you, and John probably can tell you why he can tell you that we done been in relationships where we didn't stand up for ourselves and we saw where it got us, and we learned that don't work. I've done it. I've been with a woman who had me on eggshells, and I'm scared to check her and shit like this here. I done it. So that's why I can sit up and tell you, don't do that. You always have to be in abundance because women don't respect that. And I can tell you that because I've done it.
And it's hard to turn that shit around. It is very hard to turn. You're better off just dumping her. You're better off just getting out of it, because turning that shit around is so fucking hard. Like how you start, and that's why it's so important how you start the fucking relationship, and having the boundaries and having the standards. If you have standards as a man, because that's how it will carry out. Because it is you can't turn it around, because I mean, you can turn around, but it's not worth the effort. And most times that juice isn't worth the squeeze. No. I want to give a quick shout out here to A-Step PJ76. He said, Bulldog Mindset member here. Both of you are changing my life. Down 30 pounds since January. That's awesome. Bulldog Mindset and Sleazeball Gang. Mega Powers Unite. Keep doing the Lord's work. We're doing the Lord's work, apparently. And then a real quick one. We got another one here from Harry Butthole again. He says, AMS and John, get on rule 0, please. So I appreciate you, man. All right, go ahead.
Epic name, man. And so what I was saying, guys, is that you have to always be willing to walk away, period. Always. And the only way you're gonna be able to do it is in abundance. Another thing I want to talk about also for while I was on fire, forget about it, is I want to talk about what ails men the most. For me being a dating coach, and I never thought about this till I became a dating coach.
Yeah.
What ails men the most is insecurities.
Yes.
You have guys who accept their insecurities, and you have guys who can't accept their insecurities. And for all you guys that are wondering, well, what's the difference? Shout out my man LFA, man. I got to get over there with him too, man. I'm finding out.
We got all the OGs in here tonight.
I got to go check out my man LFA.
Yeah.
If y'all guys are wondering what separates the alpha male from the beta male, it's simply as the alpha male can accept his flaws and insecurities, and the beta male simply can't get past them.
Yep.
Why can you have one guy who's 5'7" alpha think he owns the world, and you got this other guy 5'7", his height controls him? He can't get past that. Why is that? Why you got two? Well, this guy over here accepts that, okay, I am short, but guess what? I got other attributes too. And this guy here, he can't see past that. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is we all have insecurities. None of us have it. There's nothing about none of us that we wouldn't change if given the opportunity. I would have fucking afro right now, probably. Who knows? But the point being is, we all have things about us that we want to change. You have to get past that. That's the only thing that's separating you from coming over here to this side. Is that you have to accept that whatever it is that's wrong with you or whatever you would like to change, that guess what? There's somebody out there that will like me for who I am right now. No matter how short I am or how ugly I think I am, somebody out there likes me for me. And that's what you guys, that is from being a dating coach and getting emails and stuff like this. It's these insecurities that guys have. I have bumps. I'm bald. I'm short. I'm this. I'm that. I talk like this. Nobody's perfect. You have to get past that. That is what I've seen with men's biggest issue, those damn insecurities.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. In fact, I think that there's three main insecurities of men. This is, something that I came up with. One of them is like is the one that they're afraid to. They don't know if they could die in combat, if they could get in a fight, right? If they're afraid of their mortality, right? And so it's like, if you're a pussy, if you know that if some guy wanted to fight you, you would run away, or if you're in a war and you had to like fight the enemy, that you would run. That you worry about that. You watch these movies on TV and you're like, would I, if I were in the medieval times, would I take a sword and would I be able to like go and charge in the battle? And then the second one I talk about is being a self-made man, right? It's like insecurity of feeling like I can't make it on my own. I can't make my own. And that's where like building your own business, having your own LLC, making your own money, that like secures that. And the third one is really like around cold approaching a woman, like having the ability to like see a woman that you want to talk to and being able to talk to her, to be, and be able to get the attraction of attractive woman. And I feel like if guys don't fulfill those securities, they won't feel like a real man. But so much, I agree with you, so much is that so much of what men do is they act out of those insecurities. And when you're a guy that's on his purpose, and again, that's why it's so important. That's like the theme of what we've been talking about here. And you don't have like the insecurities don't matter so much, because it doesn't matter if you're short, if you're bald, if you're whatever, the thing is, because you know that you're the shit, because you've accomplished these things in your life. You've done these things, who you are, and you don't need validation from someone else. You have internal validation. You're like, I'm the shit. Like you believe that you're the shit, not because someone else told you, because you know it, because you've gone through it.
Right. And that's the main thing, guys, about being on your purpose. When you get accomplishing things, once you accomplish one thing, I always been a guy that felt confident about. I'm glad you brought up the conquering the world and business aspect, because I always was a guy that felt good approaching women and stuff like this. But I always doubted my ability to complete things. I could start something, but I wouldn't complete it. So like I went to Job Corps and I stayed for like a month and left. And I went to college and I stayed like a month and left. And the thing was, I just always had this mindset that I can't complete nothing. And I remember when I got my certification to become a trainer, I'm like, I finally started something and finished it.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? something that didn't pay me money now, but I knew was going to pay me money in the future. You get what I'm saying? And so that built on that confidence, and that is why I'm here right now. The old me, before I had built up that confidence, what would have happened is after I put up 5 videos and I didn't have 1 million subscribers, I probably would have quit. But since I had done saw it through with getting that certification, studying for that certification for 6 months and accomplishing that, it gave me the confidence that I could do anything. And so the old me would have started writing a book, probably did 2 chapters and just gave up on it. Said, oh, well, that was the old me. The new me feels like I can do anything that I put my mind to. And so I like that aspect, John, that you didn't just say about talking about the women, you was talking about the business aspect, which is a confidence. You have to have the confidence that you can do those things. You have to have the confidence that you can see it through. So you guys need to understand that if you just see it through, that's going to breed more confidence just by just seeing it through. And so that was a good point, John.
Yeah, I call it being a finisher. It was the moment that changed my life, is when I became what I call as a finisher, and when I actually finished things that I started. Because you build a bridge 90% of the way, guess what? It's worthless. A bridge that's 90% complete, you wasted all this time, and you still can't cross the fucking river or the chasm, right? But you have to build to 100%, and then you get all the value from it. And it's like so many people, it's like I call it the closet of broken dreams. You got a yellow belt in there from karate. You got some soccer cleats in there. You got a guitar you never played. It's like you never completed anything in your life. Half of a novel, or really 1 chapter of a novel that you wrote, or whatever it is.
Right.
And it's like you only get rewarded for completing the thing and becoming the finisher. And it's so critical, like to develop that mindset, that like, because everything sucks, right? It's like, it. I mean, you've written, 3 books now. How much fun is it when you're halfway through the book? Like, when you start the book, it's fun. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to write this book. Right.
Right.
It's a fucking grind, for 80% of the writing process.
Right.
But you fucking do it anyway, because you started the damn thing. And that's what you got to have. You got to have that resolve.
Right. And you got to have that long-term thinking to see it through, because you're going to have those issues with anything you do where you get halfway point and it's like, but you got to have that mindset and that toughness to see it through, to keep it going. I'll be lying to you that I ain't say when I was right. It went away after I did the first one. All right. After I did the first one, but doing that first one, I could tell you so many times, I was like, oh my God, just writing this book. I'm just like, oh, it's so annoying. Yeah. Once I did, if guys wonder how I wrote the other 2 so fast, once I saw that first one done, I'm like, oh, it's on now. This ain't so bad. I got this in the, this ain't nothing. So it built that confidence, and so I wrote the next 2 in like maybe 5 months. So just because, and it took me like a year to write the first one, but it only took me like 5 months to write the next 2, and that's because once I had done, finished that one, this is nothing. Yeah.
Yep. It's true. All right, guys. What I think, I want to be respectful of AMS's time here. Appreciate him being on here. But if you guys have, maybe if we can field one more question, if you want your question, do a super chat, and we'll try to get to it here. It's been fun. This is good. I really like this. Again, like we were just talking about men coming together, and I feel like within the Red Pill kind of men community, we've been getting a lot more of this kind of crossover, and this is really good, because we're making much more of an impact. I think we're reaching a lot more people, and they're seeing that, like when they see us individually, I think they like, it's like, oh, well, John's saying this and AMS is saying this, and then they feel like it's different. But when we're talking together, it's really, we're more common. We have more of the, because successful guys that are living their best purpose in life, they're doing the same things. We might have a different lens at which we're looking through the world, but we agree on so much stuff. And yeah.
Anything else I say that you disagree with, I'm here to straighten you out, John. I'm here to set you straight, John. Anything else I said you disagree with, I'm here to right the ship, John.
Yeah, no, you said good stuff. No, no, like I said, like if I honestly disagreed with anything you said,
Mhm.
I would tell you.
Okay.
But I feel like everything that you've said, I
Mhm.
agree with,
Okay.
100%. Like I said, I have a little bit different lens of like how I approach some of the things with the coaching and the dating,
Right.
but I can't disagree with anything that you said. Like what
Okay.
you're saying is absolutely good, and I endorse it. So guys, if you're listening, and by the way, if you haven't already, check out AMS's books. They're linked below here, and I'll let me see if I still got the link here in the chat. Looks like we got a super chat coming.
Okay.
And then obviously subscribe to his channel, jump on his Patreon if you can.
Mhm.
And okay, we got one more last super chat, and then we'll wrap this up. I haven't eaten any dinner yet, so Aaron Hooch says chasing women loses appeal if you're not out there winning. Speak about this.
This is what we're talking about. This is why if you chasing women, you're wrong. Successful men don't chase women. This is what I sit here and I tell you. I bet you Michael Jordan never leaves the house playing about something. I'm finna go cold approach, or I'm just being honest. Michael Jordan chases success, and then he let the women chase him. It's a much better approach. So you got the whole chasing women loses appeal. You're damn right. You feel like a dog chasing your tail. You found out real quick that would have been better time spent chasing success and building myself and letting the women organically come to me. Choosing signals, a cold approach, or whatever you want to use, don't really care. The point is that trying to go about chasing women, even if you get numbers, it's still frustrating because then you're going to have a bunch that you don't get. So you go out, you get 10 numbers, you call them, you get 3 of them to call you back, and then you get one, she doesn't, she flakes on you, and the other 2. It's just like, geez, just such a big waste of time. I wasted most of my 20s and late teens doing that, guys. Don't do that, man.
And I'll tell you, like from my experience, I mean, I was the typical like really shy kind of loser guy, and I thought in my head, I was like, okay, if I can get hot women, then I'll be the man. Like I was seeking external validation, and I would get like I'd bring home like go to a club, bring home a 9, and then in the morning, I would wake up and I would think maybe I just got lucky. Like I don't know about this, right? And then I'd go out again. And again, and it doesn't matter how many times, 15, 20, whatever the count was, I still was like, none of the external validation was enough. I still doubted myself. I was still like, I don't know, maybe I'm not a good looking guy. Maybe I'm not this like,
you know why?
Right. Like,
you know where that came from, John?
Yeah.
Because you got 15, but how many rejections you had to go through that? And so that was the ones that's sticking in your claw. So
yeah, exactly. So, like maybe there's something wrong with this girl, right? Like that she likes me. You know what I mean? Like it's like because you're making all the focus on your worth is what some chick thinks of you, as opposed to what you think of you, which is so much more important.
Exactly. So, yeah. Exactly, John.
All right, guys. I think that's it. Any last words you got, AMS?
No, guys, make sure you stay on your purpose, man. You can do anything you want to, man, if you put your mind to it. You listening to a guy that's 6 years ago was living in a shitty basement, a security guard. Just 6 years ago, not 16, 6 years ago, and look at me now. If I did it, anybody can do it.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you coming on, taking your time, sharing your wisdom. And guys, like I said, check out AMS's books, check out his channel. He's giving you like the straight dope advice that he's a real straight shooter, and he knows what he's talking about. So yeah, so go check him out. Thanks again, and all right, see you guys next time.